Welcome everyone, Sir Heroscape here today, again with update number 9. And I have come to the conclusion that these designers are crazy. This update is nuts. Like, you just know that these guys are having so much fun, and per N. Carmine's words, making the marketing team go crazy. Just something else. I laughed out loud when I saw the update today. Like, I cackled. I was like, what the freak is going on? The designs they're coming up with are incredible, and we are just gonna have some fun with this. Here it is. Just let that soak in. It's so, like, what the heck are we looking at? We are looking at the Melter Death Forge. I mean, what in the heck is going on in these guys' brains? I don't know, but I'm loving it. I mean, look at this thing. It's got these massive arms on treads, some sort of like tank-esque thing. And it's just got this opening maw of... It's a melting forge, for crying out loud. Look at, or actually, here we go. Yeah, so there's the concept art. So it basically just melts and burns and eats whatever it grabs and throws into it. And then you've got, so it looks like, yeah, so right here. So notice that this is part of that faction we were talking about yesterday, I think, the Ironclad Collective, because remember they like form themselves. They're like, part machine, part living organic, thing. And so it looks like this is a dude that somehow morphed himself, built himself into this Death Forge machine. You can see some of the concept art here. It says skin is burnt and scarred. So he's just like, I mean, this is a living thing. It's not being driven. Like, this is a living organism that is like machine. Oh my gosh. So this is the back. So you've got all those like engines and holy heck. I mean, just look at this. I am speechless. Like, what? This thing is going to be massive on the battlefield. We did confirm, and Carmine did confirm, it fits on a peanut. So how they managed to do that, I have no idea. I really don't know how they plan on getting this thing to move on a Heroscape battlefield. But, I mean, this thing has chainsaws. Those are What? Those are like mini chainsaws. Those are mini chainsaws on the side. So this thing literally grabs you with these massive, pincers, then carves you up, and then throws your body pieces into the center melting pot. And it just, oh my gosh, that is so crazy. I mean, imagine this thing grabbing Nilfheim, chopping him up, and then just tossing his dismembered dragon form into the center there. Oh my word. And this looks like probably some early concept art. Yeah, so probably what they started out with. Some claws and tentacles, but then they kind of ended up with this thing. Now, this is another interesting thing, is notice here, it looks like they've also gotten a squad for this as well. Because you noticed A, B, and C. You've got a pick, you've got a hammer, and you've got a blade, right? So they've got three very distinct poses, weapons, and miniatures. Even the heads look a little bit different. So I think we're looking at a potential unique or common squad. We don't know. But a squad in general. And my guess is they somehow interact with maybe the death machine. Maybe they help activate it, operate it. I'm not really sure. Maybe it's operating on its own. And then obviously this is some concept art I still am unsure about. So this one right here, I can't tell if this is the original design, like also a concept art, or if this is another like tank death machine guy. Now notice it is on the same page as the death machine. So for me, I'm thinking maybe this was just an earlier concept, similar to what we saw over here, right? This is kind of like the final stage concept before what they came up with. But this one seems like, maybe this was the early concept, right? And because I can't imagine they would do another hero with the same like tank treads and melting forge. So I think that one's just concept art from what originally was the idea, and this is the finalized idea. And then this one I think on the far right here is probably a hero in addition that goes along with it. Either that or it's a finalized member of this squad. But it's possible that this is 3 different options for the hero over here, and then this is the finalized version, because he does have the same pose as the option B there. In fact, it's the exact same pose with the arm there and the hammer. So it's possible that one is kind of a hero, not a squad, and he goes along with the Death Forge. Anyway, speculation. Let's hear your thoughts. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is just nuts. And here's a brief note from Encarmine. You need to get your vitamins and minerals from someplace. After our decision to create a literal living blast furnace on tank treads, it proved incredibly fulfilling to figure out an accurate tabletop scale to properly allow this monstrosity to consume all manner of enemy combatants, turn them into molten slag, and leave the clinker across the battlefield. I mean, really, what is more horrifying to witness? And yes, it fits on a peanut base. Sort of. Oh, man. Oh, wow. This is a monstrosity tank rolling metal and living organism consuming unit. What this tells us is anything is on the table. So there are a lot of things to get excited about, you guys. Each new day we get new designs that have just insane potential. They tell us a little bit about what the designers are thinking in terms of new content, new ideas. And just like I was saying, this tells us that literally anything is on the table, which means we have the universe to be our oyster, or however that term goes. It's like we can request, we could ask the designers. Obviously they have tons of ideas of their own, but I think because they're listening to the community, we could throw out stuff like red pandas on the Discord. Someone threw out red panda soldier warriors or whatever, or mammoth battle elephants, or penguins with a machine gun. It's like, we have all these crazy ideas that we're kind of joking about and throwing out, but in reality, I mean, a humanoid or alienoid thing that forms itself into a massive tank death machine that can grab, and it's a living organism, and then it just like melts things. Like, what? I mean, there are so many different games, fantasy, sci-fi, steampunk. There's so many different things I've seen. I've never seen something like that. So kudos to the design team, because that is original, and get excited for Heroscape, because we're going to see some stuff like that. And that definitely does lend itself back to kind of the original Heroscape feeling that, we have samurai fighting these crazy, metal Deathwalker 9000 figures, right? And so the fact that now we have these alienoid death war machines thrown into the mix just feels about right. So anyway, wow. So get excited. Again, this continues to blow my mind. Obviously would love to hear your comments and see what you think on these new units. where do we go from here? Like, holy cow, so many things to think about. But anyway, that's my update for today. Keep it real. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.